We're in the middle of watching the greatest Shohei on earth, and it is Shohei Ohtani. It's unbelievable what this guy is doing and what he did last night. Home run, double, home run, double. Then they don't pitch to him. They put him on base. They intentionally walk him 5 straight times. The game goes 18 innings. The Dodgers win 6-5. We're in the middle of watching real history. We're in the middle of watching a real-life Babe Ruth. None of us, I don't believe any of us, were around when Babe Ruth was dominating Major League Baseball. We're in the middle of seeing our version of Babe Ruth, maybe a better version of Babe Ruth, and it's Shohei Ohtani. He does that last night. He's going to be the starting pitcher tonight. The Dodgers are in control of this series at 2-1. Shohei pitching tonight can extend this out to 3-1 and basically guarantee that the Dodgers repeat as World Series champions, as world champions. This is a historic, magical moment in baseball. We're witnesses to it. This is Tiger Woods at his zenith. This is Michael Jordan at his apex. This is Muhammad Ali in Zaire. This is incredible. It's the greatest Shohei on earth. But it's falling a tiny bit flat. And trust me, we'll all be tuned in tonight to see this man pitch and perform at the plate, be the designated hitter, the leadoff hitter for the Dodgers. I believe many of us will be tuned in, but we will not be tuned in the numbers we would, obviously, if it was an American-born superstar doing what Shohei Ohtani did last night. I got to admit, I was still far more into the Kansas City Chiefs and Monday Night Football. I'm glad there's no football competing with tonight, and I can just focus on Shohei Ohtani because I want to enjoy this moment, but I have to be real about this moment. That it's undermined a bit, quite a bit, because he's not an American-born athlete. And that's not some, what do they call it, xenophobia? That's not what I'm talking about. It's just, I don't know his backstory. And when we think about the all-time great athletes and the all-time great moments in sports, when we think about Michael Jordan, it's like we know his backstory. We feel like we know his parents. We were when his father died, we all mourned with Michael. His mother's role in his life. Think about Tiger Woods. We really knew Earl Woods. We really felt like we knew, I think her name is Tilda, Tiger's mom. They're at the events. We get connected to them. We know the whole backstory of Tiger Woods. What was it on it wasn't the Johnny Carson show. It was before. He's on as a 3 or 4-year-old swinging a golf club. We watched these guys, Tiger Woods and these guys, grow up. We felt connected to them in a way that we don't feel connected to Shohei Ohtani. And I don't think it's something we should apologize for. But it is something we should recognize, that the greatest show in sports is going on, and yes, we marvel at it. But we don't feel the personal connection. It's not an American story. And yes, he's doing this in America. But the man doesn't even speak English, or he certainly doesn't speak good English. This This isn't the same as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Larry Bird, he's from French Lick, Indiana. The hick from French Lick. We watched him grow up and play at Indiana State. We watched Magic Johnson from the state of Michigan go to Michigan State. We know his college coach, Judd Heathcote. We know his college teammates. It feels like we watched Magic grow up right before our eyes. Shohei Ohtani just appears from out of nowhere. And he's this magnificent, he's possibly the greatest baseball player of all time. But we don't feel connected to him in a real way, and that undermines this story. When you think about Muhammad Ali and watching him as a young man in the Olympics. I think Muhammad Ali was in the Olympics. I know George Foreman was. Maybe I'm wrong about, but we remember Muhammad Ali as Cassius Clay and what he represented to the American narrative and what sports used to say about the American narrative. And unfortunately, and this is not a shot at Shohei, but what Shohei is saying about the American narrative is that it's weakening. That the greatest athletes don't live here. They weren't developed here. It's no different than Wembanyama in the NBA. It's a magnificent story, and Wembanyama seems to be headed towards like, holy cow, we've never seen this before. But he's not from here. We don't know his backstory. We'll never feel as connected to him as we did Lou Alcindor, as we did Bill Walton, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. It will be magnificent and marvelous to watch. But just like Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's wonderful to watch. It's wonderful athleticism. Thank you, Hadley. And Muhammad Ali did win the 1960 gold medal. Thank you. But these NBA guys, Luka Doncic, they don't connect. They connect, but not connect the way an American athlete would, and what their dominance of American sports. Now we have the best player in baseball is a foreigner. The best player, hands down, unquestioned, Wembanyama is a foreigner. They're not going to connect the way that Tiger Woods connected. And so I'm going to watch tonight. And it'll be the first baseball game in years that I've made my primary focus. But it just won't feel the same. It'll actually be a reminder of like, hey, man, we're not as dominant as we used to be. So we'll get into it. We'll enjoy it. It should be special tonight when you're watching anybody. I mean, he's toppling American idols. He's toppling Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds and Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio. Shohei Ohtani is a story about the fall of American sports and really the fall of America. So we'll celebrate it and we'll enjoy it. But those of us of a certain background and a certain age, we'll have mixed feelings about, and there will be no hate of Shohei Ohtani, but it will not make us feel the way that Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Tom Brady. We won't be feeling that tonight. And so, if you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.